This is KUGAN CASSIUS for Eiffel TV in association with MTK Global in Sheffield here. I'm joined by St George Groves. How are you, mate?
I'm good.
Why do you look different?
I don't know.
I know you're fighting this week.
I'm fighting. You look lean. I was like, oh, is that good or bad? No, you look good, because usually around this point I look a bit skinny, but I feel quite good.
Well.
Do you know what I mean? I look a bit healthy this time around.
You look well.
Yeah, so all good. Just put a suit on. Press conference today. Yeah.
Absolutely. FEDOR CHUDINOV. Know what a difficult fighter FEDOR CHUDINOV is. But if you rank him outside your other world title challengers between Carl Froch and Badou Jack, where does this sit?
Joe, right, it's so close to the fight now, KUGAN. It's going to be hard to answer all these questions. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, because this is a huge fight for me, and I don't want to judge him. Do you know what I mean? I'll judge him after 30 seconds of the first round, and then continue to judge him, so to speak. I'm treating him as a relatively unknown. I tried to do my homework on him as much as I could. Couldn't find out too much about his amateur pedigree, but the fact that he has turned pro from Russia means that I'd assume he's got good amateur pedigree. He fights like a man who has. The fights that stick out in the memory of most of us over here will be his two challenges, or his two fights against Felix Sturm. Obviously he lost the last one, and his fight with Frank Buglioni. Something tells me that he didn't perform well those nights as well. You know, there's things that you will critique and analyse and study, and you think you do things better than that. You're capable of better than that. So in many ways, I'm preparing for a Chudinov that I don't know. You know, I'm expecting something better than we haven't seen before. He hasn't boxed since February last year, so has he made improvements in that time or not? We're going to assume he has. So it's hard to rank him, you know. Before the Badou Jack fight, people thought it was going to be a walk in the park. I knew it wouldn't be, and I think now he's gone on to get a lot of credit, you know, for the wins he's had since fighting me. Carl Froch, everyone knows about Carl Froch. So great champion. So yeah, you know, on paper maybe he's not as good as those two, but there's a certain degree of an unknown element about him. So we've prepared, you know, diligently as best we can. I feel I'm best prepared for this fight. This is my best opportunity to not to become world champion, to beat Chudinov. I feel I've certainly got the capability of beating him, and we're really looking forward to Saturday night.
As it's been well publicised, this is your fourth attempt at the world title. Are you looking at it as your last attempt at the world title or not?
Again, like, difficult question now. You know, now that we're this close to the fight, I'm looking at it as just another fight, and Chudinov as just another opponent. You know, I had 4 fights last year, which is quite a lot for me, and I feel each opponent was a good opposition in a build-up for a fight against Chudinov. So especially the last two, Martin Murray and Eddie Goodnecht, you know, similar styles, similar work rate, similar pressure, you know, and I came through those tests comfortably. So that's put, you know, obviously a lot of confidence in me. But in terms of what this fight is, it's just another fight for me. It's just another fight. Yeah, sure. Of course, it's the 4th world title attempt, and you know, when you go through the history, that becomes scary. Not many guys have managed to put it right in the 4th fight. But you know, 3 losses, they felt like they happened back to back. You know, sort of flash past. You know, I had a lot of things that weren't right, and I was a little bit unlucky in those fights as well. So you know, I've never been beaten up. You know, I've been knocked out, but I've never been exposed. I've never been sort of outclassed. I feel I hold my own with anyone in the world, and I feel obviously I need to win a world title to, you know, to stake my claim to be, you know, one of the best. But that will come Saturday night. So it's just another fight. Just another fight.
The last time we actually spoke was that night at the Hay Bellew fight, ringside, with James DeGALE, and I don't believe I've seen you since then. Actually, it was interesting to say the least, to learn of the phone call, etc., etc. But I know you're not looking past Saturday. It's a silly thing to ask you, as in regards to looking past Saturday night. But DeGALE in a situation really where he was meant to be fighting Callum Smith, and that fight isn't happening now. So, but we could be in a strong position where UK holds the majority of the belts in the super middleweight division, and eventually, whether it's you and DeGALE, you and Smith, Smith and DeGALE, they're going to happen.
Yep, they're going to happen. Again, hard to talk about it being this close to the fight now. I'm not going to look past Saturday, but you know, since I've been a kid, you know, they said, you know, DeGALE is there for you. You got this fight, and then since I beat him the last time, people said, you know, it's going to happen again. It's happened so early in the career, it's going to happen again. But DeGale's the wrong side of that. I think I'm 31 now. I'm 29. You know, we're not going to go on forever, and this fight may never actually take place. And I think it's dawned on him. You know, certainly.
Is that the way you look at that? That it might not ever happen.
It might never happen. You know, it might not. And so, I feel that if I win Saturday, it increases the chances significantly. So I've got to win Saturday. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it may never happen. But I'm not fussed either way. I just got to win Saturday, and then see what's out there. What's about what do people want? What makes the most sense? What's going to be a big event? You know. So as you say, it's going to be it could be a great little period in the UK for super middleweights, in that there's plenty of good opposition, plenty of belts, and plenty of big fights to be made.
Was there an option or a possibility of that fight happening instead of your fight with Chudinov? Was that ever discussed to that extent?
I mean, the offers bounced back and forth, you know. So I was out in Vegas with Carl Frampton when I had a call from Callum Sowland saying that he'd spoke with Eddie Hearn. Eddie was representing James, and he wanted to know, can we make this fight? You know, they wanted to put on a big show in the summer. Money was spoke about. You know, obviously I'd have to pull out of my WBA situation, which is, you know, a fantastic situation for me. If I win that, then I'm world champion. So it's always going to be ultimately, looking back at it, it was probably just a pointless period of time, you know, where it was just a game of chicken. Do you know what I mean? It's people like going back and forth, see who's gonna fold. But ultimately, I feel their side got greedy. I spoke with James, and we weren't far off getting a deal done, and it came back, and then he sort of regressed on his offer. I was like, all right, well. It's not a swinging dick competition yet, mate. You know what I mean? I don't need to I'm not going to bow down to you or anyone else. I'm in a fantastic position. I'm in a more than winnable fight, and then I'm going to be legitimately world champion. And then I've got plenty of other fights to be getting on with, apart from you. You're the one who's just had his teeth knocked out, you know, come back, not feeling good, ready to cash out, with mandatories all over him, you know, etc., etc. So, you know, in a strong position. Decided, well, roll the dice a bit longer. Let him sweat. Let him worry about who's he going to fight next. Probably in a comfortable position, thinking because he's got a belt, he can fight me, he can fight Smith, he can fight Eubank, he can fight anyone. But turns out, I don't know if he's going to fight any of us. You know what I mean? So doesn't matter for me. I'm fighting Saturday night. I'm just thinking about Saturday night.
George, obviously in your last fight against Edouard Gutnecht, it was a sad and tragic end of the fight for Gutnecht. I'm assuming that you get updates about his situation?
Yeah, KUGAN, I hope this comes across right. I spoke about Eddie a lot in the build-up to this fight, and I don't really want to talk about him at the moment.
That's fair enough.
So it's really sad. It's a terrible, terrible situation, but it's something that I'm not comfortable talking about right now.
That's fair enough. Press conference is going to begin today, and then it's all routine stuff, weighing tomorrow, and then Saturday night.
I didn't have much to say, and you've probably taken all my words already, so I was sitting in there Should have brought a translator with me, like the old fellow, and then I could have just whispered him something, and then he could have made it up for me. But yeah, presser today. It's just a formality. She was out yesterday in the sun for the media workout. Good fun. Redhead. 100 degrees outside. You know, it was always going to be short and sharp. Just feeling good, just ready to go. Do you know what I mean? Just really, really ready to go. Just want to save it.
Definitely. All right. Well, listen. I sincerely hope you do this on Saturday, George. Willing you to win that world title. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I genuinely am.
No,
I
know. I appreciate it, and I looking forward to it. Hopefully, a lot of people tune in for this one. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I think it's a great card, and you know, it's Brooks in a great fight. So you know, I'm in a great fight. Hopefully, the crowd are in for a real treat, and everyone tunes in as well. So here we go.
Definitely. Just quickly, Josh Taylor and O'Hara Davis
It's
announced
great,
for July the 8th in Scotland. Yeah, brilliant.
I mean, I don't know too much about O'Hara Davis, you know. I know he's a bit of a trash talker. If he didn't trash talk, I've got to be honest, I probably would have never known about him. I know obviously a lot about Taylor. Taylor's a supreme talent, and this is a great fight for both of them. Do you know what I mean? Because you know, I've got to word this right, which it doesn't sound arrogant, but I see similarities in his career path, Taylor, as with mine. Do you know what I mean? Because he's ambitious, he's hungry, he's talented, and he's willing to sort of crack on. You know, so of course O'Hara as well is fighting an unbeaten fighter, but you know, Taylor headlining in his hometown, fighting for title fights. You know, after like half a dozen fights, etc. He's boxed in the States. He's been around Cole Frampton, you know, involved in pay-per-view fights like I was around Hay and that. So this might be his fight where, you know, he's coming in. It's going to be a bit of needle in there. Do you know what I mean? He's going to have to deal with his emotions more than his training. It's not going to be a physical fight. It's going to be an emotional fight. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a great fight, but I think it's going to be a fun build-up as well. So. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. It will come around quick as well.
We've got a press conference next week. You might have to get the Rubik's Cube out, George.
Yeah. I mean, he's lightning quick, Taylor. He'll probably solve it before he even see it. So, yeah, we'll see. He might have a few tricks, obviously. Yeah, I'm sure he's got them. I'm sure he'll keep them a secret. But, yeah, he's a class act, Taylor. I wish him well.
George Groves, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. And, yeah, best of luck Saturday night, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you over the weekend.
Perfect, thank you.
Top man.